UW Health clinical dietitian Michelle Swader is back with us. Caffeine, the topic of this month's health segment. Pros and cons. I mean, it's not all bad.
Right. We do know that for adults, it can obviously help with alertness. It can help with concentration. It can help with sports performance. So there are some positives about caffeine. Too much or too often can cause some negative side effects, jitteriness, GI problems, heartburn. It can affect pregnancy and fertility, and sometimes it can even interfere with medication. So adults, the FDA has recommended 400 milligrams or less a day.
And a cup of coffee is what?
A cup of coffee could be anywhere from 100 to 200 depending on how caffeinated your coffee is.
We think of coffee, but then there's all of this other new products.
Right. So caffeine.
Some aimed at kids.
Right. Yes. Caffeine can be naturally in coffee, tea, and chocolate, and obviously we've put it into soda and some of the energy drinks. So we run the gamut from just caffeinated water, where if you just really want your caffeine, but you don't necessarily like the taste of coffee. Then we've got these energy drinks that are on the screen right now that sometimes
almost aimed at kids.
Brightly colored, candy flavors, Rainbow Unicorn is a name. So when you're pairing the caffeine with the sugar, that's when we really are concerned about kids drinking these products.
One actually has a warning label on it.
Right, so when it comes to caffeine, we recommend 100 milligrams or less, 12 to 17-year-old. But when you're combining the caffeine and the sugar, then we say no energy drinks for anybody less than 18. So it's definitely a whole different animal when you combine the sugar and the caffeine.
And no caffeine at all for kids under 12.
That is recommended. No caffeine at all for kids under 12.
But there's going to be chocolate involved in under 12.
There is some chocolate, yes. There's a lot of sugar in that chocolate as well. Some of the dark chocolates are more caffeine, but less sugar. So definitely, we're just looking at sugar in general, but now we're adding caffeine to the mix.
And the energy drinks, these flavored things with the sugar, that's the real problem.
Right, because when you're looking at a developing child, they need to have restful sleep. They need to be able to concentrate in school. And when you've got somebody with a lot of caffeine and sugar on board and you're a kid, it actually has the opposite effect oftentimes than it does on an adult. An adult can focus, they have energy, but for a kid who's maybe in a learning environment or trying to sleep, it's actually more detrimental to have this as a child.
So your advice to parents?
Try to resist. It can be hard with the marketing, but definitely try to go with as little caffeine as possible, and obviously as little sugar too.
Yeah. All right. Good advice as always. Michelle,
Thank you.
Thank you.